In life, every single object, person, or a situation which is unfolding in front of our eyes is dependent on 4 dimensions. Every object has height, width, and depth. And all these objects, and of course the situations created by them, is controlled by the time, which is the 4th dimension suggested by Einstein. And all these 4 dimensions, with their interactions, the new scenes are being created every moment. As the time changes, the dimensions change, the objects change, people get older, seasons change, animals die, animals are reborn, humans die, babies are born. Molecules being the same, they get rearranged to create new species. But in this complex matrix, there is one thing that is constant, and that's that universal consciousness, which adds the 5th dimension as a witness of the interplay of the 4 dimensions. In the deeper states of Dhyan, when you reach to the Samadhi state and you learn how to observe your thoughts, which represent the material world, its objects, people, situations, all these things, when you become a witness, you have gotten into the field of 5th dimension, which Einstein could not know. In our scriptures, Kal and Kshetra, which is time and space, are considered Maya. It's an illusion. These dimensions are continuously changing. And the whole thing is an illusion because the time is measured by movement of one object against the other. Time is not absolute. It depends upon your position in the space and your speed, as Einstein showed with the theory of relativity. Everybody's time is different. Time is not a constant thing. We have made it constant with the help of watches and the time that is set, that is agreed by the government and the world, we follow. So we have created an illusion. Every person's time is different. So time is not real, but we have made it to look like real. And the space is unreal also, because it exists as long as the objects exist. If the objects dissolve, the space changes. The objects themselves, with the speed of time, they get older, they regenerate, degenerate. Birth, growth, decay, and death are the absolutes for all the material objects. Objects are in motion. People move. Water moves. Sun moves. Clouds move. Animals move. Everything moves. So the space created between them is also in a constant change. And if you go to the extreme, when the whole world, the whole universe is dissolved, according to the formula of Einstein, all the mass turns into energy. And when that happens, the Srushti gets destroyed. The lay that can happen. Pralay is the ultimate destruction path. Lay is the total destruction of the universe. When that happens, the solid material objects disappear. They turn into fire, fire into space, and merge into ether. And when the objects disappear, the space that was always there, when the objects were existing, the space was existing. When the objects disappear, space also disappears, merges with the total consciousness. So, space also has a limited existence. So we're living a life of illusion in these 4 dimensions, which are continuously in flux. There is a continuous motion attached to these 4 dimensions, just like dreams. In the dreams, we feel that we are traveling all over the world, but we are not going anywhere. Now, once these 4 dimensions disappear, the 5th dimension, which is the dimension of observer, drashta drashti, as the scriptures say. When you develop that vision from the 5th dimension, the life of 5th dimension is not dependent on the 4 dimensions, which are continuously in the change. 5th dimension is the steadiest dimension. It is indestructible, which is our universal consciousness. To be in that dimension means you are beyond the griefs, sufferings, anxieties, anger, run for acquisition, hoarding, crime, criminal thoughts, attachments, desires. Once you leave the 4 dimensions, you have given up all these negativities which have been hounding you for all these years. 5th dimension includes all 4 dimensions because energy is a part of the 5th dimension. If all the dimensions get destroyed, of course the 5th dimension will not be called 5th dimension. It will just be an existence. And that's the ultimate goal of Samadhi state, to reach to the state of 5th dimension, a state of pure existence. So understand the nature of the samsara. Everything about the samsara is operated in 4 dimensions, which is nothing but an illusion. Understand the chanchalta, the unsteadiness of the 4 dimensions. Give up your desires to achieve anything that is significant in 4 dimensions, because whatever you will achieve and hoard will be also subjected to the laws of 4 dimensions. And if that object does not, you will be subjected to the laws of the 4 dimensions, as long as you believe that you are the body and you are the mind. Go beyond the body, go beyond the mind, and you are in the fifth dimension as an observer of all this, as a witness of the interplay of the four-dimensional objects, people, and situation. Fifth dimension is the dimension of bliss and unchanging existence, which is perpetual, omnipresent, omnipotent, infinite. Have a good day.